Can you hear me? Make sure you guys can hear me here. Can you hear me? All right. Well, PC Replay Baseball. And if you guys are wondering why the name change, I kind of changed the name up. We were the Pesky Pole just because it used to be kind of all Red Sox stuff, but I've been doing all kinds of other stuff too. I mean, like playing a Braves game, playing, Willie Mays and the Giants, doing boxing and hockey and tennis. And so I thought I'd kind of um, change up a little bit. So tonight we have the Braves and Astros, and if you remember, um, I am managing the Braves and the Red Sox, of course. And I was going to play every game till the Braves lost, and they lost a game, game two, trying to kind of trying to duplicate their 13-0 start. We didn't do it. As you can see, though, they're 3-1 in the season right now. Let's take a look at their what they've done here. And of course, on the channel, I don't want to ruin things for you. You watched us beat the Padres 4-3, and then lost a tough one to 2-1 to the Padres 2-1. And now we're going for the sweep of the Astros, beat them 3-1 and 6-1. And the Astros have yet to win a game this year. And so tonight they will square off against Nolan Ryan. Ryan on the season, he started one game, went 9 innings, got no decision, has a 0.89 whip. He struck out 8 in that game. Let's look at that game log. They lost to the Cardinals 7-3. Gave up 3 runs, walked 3, 8 strikeouts, gave up a home run. So he will go tonight. And what did Nolan do in real life here? Real life that year, 82, he went 16-12 with a 3.16 ERA, 1.22 whip, which is outstanding. 250 innings pitched. So he was a madman, like always, the Ryan Express. So Braves, Astros, and this one. Let's see if I can put this up on the I got my big screen up here too, my TV. Oh, let's play some baseball. PC Replay Baseball. My favorite game to play. We play as played lineups, which we do, which we always, no, I shouldn't say always, but most of the time. In this replay 82, we're doing that for sure. Sometimes I do a little what I call a Red Sox fan and play it your way, or play it. I guess this is my way, but play it in terms of managing the game, managing the lineups, and so forth. But I manage the bullpen. I manage the pinch hitting scenarios and all that stuff there too. We're playing the lineup. So here's the Astros lineup. That's been the same lineup the first 2 games. Dickie Thon, I don't think has played though. This is Dickie Thon. I don't think Dickie Thon's played in this series. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find. Braves, same lineup they've had every game this season. So Joe Torre likes to put out the same lineup. Brett Butler leading off, Hubbard at second base, Claudell Washington right field, Horner, Dale Murphy won the MVP in 82, Chris Chambliss, Bruce Benedict, Ralph Ramirez, and of course Rick Mailer will get to start. We're at the Fulton County Stadium. We're at the launching pad.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
April 11th, 1982. It's a Sunday afternoon. Sunday Braves, as they call it.
as John Kiley
Skip Carey
plays our
in the
national
booth with
anthem.
Pete Van Wieren, Ernie Johnson.
Replay
We're ready to
radio
go.
live from Atlanta.
Traffic out. Look at the traffic out there today, folks. So Rick Mailer on the hill. Mailer 0-0 with a 2.57 ERA with a 0.86 WHIP. He had a tough no decision back in opening day, I believe. He pitched. The Braves won. Didn't score many runs for him, and so forth. All right, here we go. Let's play some baseball. Terry Poole is up. 273, no homers. And he lines out to Murphy in left field. Let's set for the PC Replay Baseball newcomers. I always like to, every time in the Facebook group someone says, give me a baseball game I like to play. This is my favorite one. Defensively, defense 1 through 5 is how we do the rankings in the outfield. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Murphy, Butler, Claudel Washington, average, average, below average. The line up here, the number here is their arm. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. 3 average, 2 below average. The 41 is if the dice say there could be an error, you roll against that number right here. So anything above a 41, if you roll 2 6-sided die, anything above a 41 will be an error. That's not too bad. Brett Butler, 66, he can't make an error. Pretty good. Claudel Washington, he's going to make some errors. So Claudel Washington, is, as I mentioned before in the last stream I did, is an effing nightmare defensively. He just is. Infield is the opposite. The lower the number, the better you are. So Bob Horner is a 4, which is not good. You want to be a low number. He's a 4. Rafael Ramirez, pretty good. Glenn Hubbard, pretty good. Chris Chambliss, elite defensively. The 44 again is the air marker. So Bob Horner has a pretty good air. So basically, if the ball's hit to him, he makes the play, but doesn't have great range. That 4 means he has bad range. Rafael Ramirez has a good range, but you know what? He's going to boot some balls. Glenn Hubbard, great range, doesn't make many errors. Chambliss, same with that. Rick Mailer, the 23 next to his name, means he had 24 a second ago, means he can face 24 batters. Once again, the reason why, I like this game for a lot of reasons. The main reason I like this game, playing this game, is I love how they handle the pitchers. I love the batter face number. I also love that it's fluid. If he gets lit up, early on, he will drop down to his B grades, which basically means now suddenly it's the B form on the card, which means he doesn't have his stuff. And sometimes he can get back to A form, or he can be on B for good. If this batter face number gets to a 0, he goes to B grades, which means you got to, you can keep him in there. Really good pitchers, Pedro Martinez, 1999, is still pretty good on B grades. Okay. You can put him in there. If he's having a great game, he can get a little boost in his batter's face. So it's realistic. It's the most realistic way of all the games I've played. It's the most realistic way to handle pitching, in my opinion. How they handle the bullpen, how they have the rest days, who can go that day. If you pitch a reliever 3 days in a row, chances are in day 4, he'll be on B grades that day. You can use him, but he's not going to be at his best. It's the best way of any game I've played. They handle it, the AI, the computer. They don't start a pitcher who's pitching tomorrow in relief. They don't do that. I've not seen that one time in all the games I've played. I'm not going to name games, but other games do that stuff. You have to watch it and kind of be God mode, commissioner mode. It's really a fun game. So anyway, that's my spiel. I don't own the company. I don't get money for the company. I wish I did, but anyway. The only downside of the game is they don't have a ton of seasons in my personal wheelhouse. My personal wheelhouse is I'm 48 years old. I love the 80s. I love the 90s. That's when I grew up. Okay. They're adding more seasons though. Okay. 1998 is coming out soon. They're not done making seasons. That's a good thing. However, if you're like my dad, I play the 50s too, but if you're my dad's age, the Mickey Mantle kind of Mick Willie Mays kind of era you grew up in, then this game has all those seasons from 1950 through 19. I'm going to say through 1980. I believe. I think from 1950 through 1980, they have every season. And maybe I'm off by a season, but from 1950, they have all the 50s, all the 60s. I think they have all the 70s. I'm almost positive all the 70s. And then they have 1980, no 81. 81's kind of a weird year, and I'm sure you do that too. They have 82, obviously, I'm playing 82. Then 84, 85, and then there's a big gap. They have nothing between 85 and 93. Then they have nothing between 93 and 2005. So those are the big gaps. They're gonna close those gaps up. They're making seasons, but that's kind of the downside of the game. Oh, here we go. So Phil Garner up, hitting 250. It's got 2 home runs. He's got a little power. Did he hit home runs that year? He had 13 that year. He's already got 2 right now, so he's kind of off to a good start. There's a base hit for Garner.
1 out, man on first.
1 down for Tony Scott, hitting 200. Oh, Phil Garner may steal here. And he does. There could be an error as well on Benedict. And there is an error. So Garner gets a third base with 1 out. So we bring the infield in. We're facing Nolan Ryan. Tony Scott's up. Let's bring the infield down. I like cutting down runs. It's 1982. This is not 1995. You get run. 82 is a little more small ball, a little more defense. Runs don't come a ton, and the Braves not scored a ton of runs so far in the season. So we're going to cut down the run, hopefully. Infield in for Scott. Ground ball to Hubbard, and it works. So Hubbard cuts off the run. I mean, Garner stays at foot. So it works. So 2 gone. Here comes Jose Cruz, 278. No homers. The Astros have Jose Cruz hitting cleanup. That kind of tells you a little bit of something about this Astros team. He hit 275 with 9 home runs. So this Astro team, they're 0-5. They weren't horrible in 82, but I think they came in last place. But the NL West was pretty stacked in terms of parity that year. Here's Cruz. He pops out, so Mailer gets out of it.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 error.
And now we'll face Nolan Ryan.
Bottom of the first.
This Braves team does strike out a lot too. So Nolan Ryan may be liking this. Brett Butler's up. Butler's struggling early on. 222. He's not getting on base. He's got no stolen bases. He's 0 for 1 stolen baseballs. And Ryan walks them. That's one thing that Ryan does do is he walks guys.
No outs, man on first.
Let's see if Butler will steal here. He will not. Here's Hubbard. I would not do hit and run on Nolan Ryan here. Hubbard, 286. He strikes out. Let's see the Astros defense real quick. Jose Cruz is a 5 in left field. Means he has great range, weak arm, but makes a bunch of errors. Tony Scott, 4, great range, great arm, and he makes, he's pretty average error-wise. Terry Poole, average range-wise, weak arm, doesn't make errors. Ray Knight, great range, pretty average errors. Dickie Thon, elite range, doesn't make many errors. Phil Garner, very good range, doesn't make errors. Art Howe, average range, doesn't make errors. So not bad defensively. Here is Claudel Washington, 125. And he flies out center field, so 2 gone. And here comes Horner.
2 outs, man on first.
Horner had a great game yesterday. Had 3 hits and homered twice. Of course, Horner hit 4 homers in the game in '86. He's hit .375, 2 homers, driven in 4 in the young season. Big swinger against a fastball strikeout pitcher. And he lines out to Jose Cruz
No runs,
to end the inning.
no hits, and 1 left on. Top of the second.
And here comes Alan Ashby, 278. Uh-oh, ballpark effect. Let's take a look. It will drop in for a single. And once again, that goes to the range of Dale Murphy. If Dale Murphy had a better range, his range is average, a better range, that dice that you're rolling right there, there's less of a chance that drops in. That's how that works in this game. Okay, so Murphy, let's drop in front of him. And here comes Ray Knight. I'm a Red Sox fan, and Ray Knight still pisses me off. I'm not going to lie to you. Ray Knight still makes me mad, still makes me angry. So, 263, no homers. Rare play. Foul ball. Will it go in foul territory? It will. The park does not
No
hold.
outs, man on first.
So Ray Knight stays alive. Ground ball to Hubbard. Let's get 2. And we do. Take that, Ray Knight.
2 outs, bases empty.
2 gone. Here comes Art Howe, 176, no homers. And a fly out to Brett Butler, and that will do it for the Astros in the top of the second.
1 hit and none left on.
Astros 0-5 in the season. Look at the standings when the game's over. Right? I've had to do that before the game starts. I apologize. The Braves are tied for first place right now at 3-1. And of course, the Astros in last place in NL West. Here comes Murphy, 250, a homer, and a stolen base in the young season. Of course, Murphy had the big year, 281, 36 homers, 109 RBIs, 23 stolen bases. He won the MVP that year. Led the Braves to NL West title. He strikes out here. Nolan Ryan
1 out,
gets the K. That's his second K of the game. And here comes Chris Chambliss. Chambliss has been on fire in this young season. 471 with a homer and 2 ribbies. Ground ball to Knight, and Knight makes the play. 2 gone.
2 outs, bases empty.
Here is Bruce Benedict, 267. Yet the homer, yet to drive in a run. And an infield single off Nolan Ryan. Ryan cannot be too happy with that.
2 outs, man on first.
Makes a good pitch. Good for the single. Here's Ramirez. Could a wild pitch here. It is a wild pitch. So Ryan bounces one back to the screen.
2 outs, man on second.
Ramirez up with 2 outs. Mailer on deck. And he walks him. So Rick Mailer will get a chance to help his own cause. I have a feeling that was probably an unintentional, intentional walk. Mailer comes up. Now Mailer has had 1 at bat this year. He's singled. He's walked, and I believe he had a sacrifice bunt as well. So he has not made an official out so far. So he's trying to help his own cause. In real life, he had 190 with a homer and 4 RBIs. He walks here, so Ryan with some control issues in this one. Base is juiced for Brett Butler. Can the Butler do it? We will see. Ryan with 3 walks in this game and 2 Ks. He's now got 6 walks in the season and 10 Ks. In 10 and 2/3 innings pitched. Butler singles to right field. 1 will score. 2 runs will score. And the Braves take a 2-0 lead. The walks come back to haunt Nolan Ryan. And here comes Glenn Mother Hubbard. He struck out his first time up. Ground ball, Dickie Thon. And Thon gets him at first.
2 runs, 2 hits,
A
and
2-run
2 left
score.
on.
And the Braves
Top
take
of
a
the
2-0 lead as the Astros looking for their first win of the young season. And here is Dickie Thon. Dickie Thon has played in 3 games. He's got 5 at bats. I think this is his first start of the year. I don't remember starting the other 2 games this series. Let me go back and look. But of course, Dickie Thon came up as a highly touted prospect. Took a fastball to the face. It was never really the same. He pops out there to second base. And there's one down.
Base is empty.
Let me see what kind of year. I forgot what year he got hit in the face. He had 276 in the year with 3 homers for the Astros. I forgot what year he got hit. So look that up. Here's Ryan. Ryan hits 500 on the season. You see that in real life he hit 120. He did not homer. So Ryan at the plate. And he strikes out.
2 outs, base is empty.
Here comes Terry Poole. Terry Poole lines up the left field his first time up. And he pops out the Horner. So Rick Mailer setting him down.
Quietly, nothing doing this half inning.
2-0 Braves.
Bottom of the 3rd.
Here's Claudell Washington, 0 for 1. He's off to a tough start, 118. And that could be trouble. It's a single. Had a small chance of a home run. He singles, and he's on base. He's got speed.
No outs, man on
He's got
first.
2 stolen bases in the year, and he'll steal. He may steal here. Horner up. Let's see if he steals. He is, and he's safe. So Claudell Washington, his 3rd stolen bag of the year.
No outs, man on second.
Horner up. He lined up the left field. Horner 3-3-3, 2 homers, 4 ribbies. And that could be gone. Let's see. That could be gone. It is gone. Bob Horner in the launching pad takes Nolan Ryan deep, and it's 4-0 Braves. He got a fastball he liked, and the Braves up 4-0 now. And here comes Dale Murphy, who struck out his first time up. Murph lines out to Dickie Thon, and there's one away.
1 out, base is empty.
Here is Chambliss.
Two outs, base is empty.
Here is Benedict. He's single center field.
Two outs, man on first.
But here comes Ramirez. 2 outs. Ground ball to Garner. He makes the play to end things. So the Braves pick up 2 more and a Bob Horner 2-run shot. And it's 4-0 Braves with Rick Mailer settling in right now. Here's Garner, 1 for 1 with a single. And Garner, he singles the right field. So Garner 2 for 2 tonight. He also stole second base and went to third in the throwing error. So here's Tony Scott. He singles the right field. So the Astros have something going here. Let's see if Garner will try for third base. He will, and he'll be safe easily. So runners to the corners, nobody out.
On first and third.
Here comes Jose Cruz, and will Tony Scott steal second base? Let's take a look. He'll hold.
No outs, men on first and third.
Mailer down to 12 right now. He doesn't have great endurance. Now, I'm not sure if how rough the bullpen is. So the bullpen, Bedrosian got a start the other day. That's why he is in red. He's on B grades. Al Hrabosky, we've been using him a lot. He's on B grades tonight. But Gene Garber, our closer, is good to go tonight. Joe Cowley, who was used out of the bullpen, He's going to start in 2 days. We really can't use him today. So it's going to be Rick Camp probably in the bullpen, and Garp. So, we really need Mailer to kind of go a little bit longer here and get the job done. And there's a single, and plus it could be an error on Murphy as well. Let's take a look. One run scores. And Murphy mishandled the ball. Let's take a look. He did not mishandle it. So first and second now, a run
No outs.
scores.
Men on
And it's
first and
4-1. And here comes Alan Ashby, the tying run to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. And he strikes out. A big strikeout there.
1 out. Men on first and second.
And here comes Knight. Knight bounced into a double play his first time up. And it'd be great to hit one more as well, right here. 250. No homers, 3 rivers tonight. I call him Ray Goddamn Knight. And it's fly out to right field.
2 outs. Men on first and second.
And 2 gone. Here comes Art Howe. I can't picture Art Howe as a player. To me, he's always been a manager. 82, I'm 8 years old. So I remember a little bit about the season, but I don't remember Art Howe as a player. So it's kind of weird for me to kind of picture Art Howe playing. 2 outs. And he flies at the Butler there. So Naylor gets out of the jam and wins the home run. Could have been a lot worse. Bottom of the fourth, 4-1 Braves. Nolan Ryan has gone 3 innings, 5 hits, given up 4 runs. He's walked 3, struck out 2, gave him a big fly to Bob Horn. So here's Mailer, who walked his first time up, but set up a 2-run inning for the Braves back in the second inning. He strikes out there.
1 out, bases empty.
That is strikeout number 3 for Ryan. Here's Butler, who had a 2 RBI single his first time up back in the second inning. Actually, it was the second time up. He walked his first time up, singled in the second inning with 2 runs. Here's a ground ball to Thon, and Thon makes the play. Thon's elite defensively over there.
2 outs, bases empty.
And here is Hubbard. Hubbard 0 for 2. And he doubles in the corner. So Hubbard doubles.
2 outs.
And the Braves trying a little 2-out rally here. Here comes Claudel Washington, who 1 for 2 with a single. He stole a base as well. And he goes down, striking out there.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
Top 5, Braves up 4-1 here in Atlanta. And here is Thon, who popped out to second base his first time up. He pops at the third base here, so 1 away. Here comes Ryan.
Out, base is empty.
Ryan struck out his first time up. And he struck out his second time up.
2 outs, base is empty.
Mailer now with 3 Ks in the game. He hasn't walked anybody. Has not walked anybody all season. I'm going to jinx him right now with that. But on the season, he's got 11 2/3. Has not walked a soul. Give him 11 hits, a home run, and 4 runs this season. Ground ball to Ramirez. And Ramirez makes the play. So Mailer cruising along here.
Quietly, nothing doing this half inning. Bottom of the 5th.
We're halfway through this one. Horner will lead things off. Horner lined out to left field and hit a big 2-run shot back in the 3rd inning. It gives the Braves a 4-0 lead. It's now 4-1. Horner with 3 homers in the year, 389, 6 RBIs in the 5th game of the year for the Braves. And he strikes out here, so Nolan Ryan got him with the gas face.
Base is empty.
And here comes Murphy. Murphy 0 for 2, struck out and lined out. Hitting .222 in the season, 1 homer, 2 ribbies. Ground ball to Thon. Possible error. Probably not, but we'll see. There is no error. Dickie Thon, a really good shortstop,
2 outs,
makes the
bases
play,
empty.
and there's 2 gone. So here's Chambliss. Chambliss is 0 for 2. He grounds back to Ryan. Ryan tossed
They go
over the
down
first,
quietly, nothing doing
and
this half
Ryan
inning.
gets a nice easy inning. He needed that one.
Top of the sixth.
And it's 4-1 still, top of the sixth. Here's Garner, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Hitting .318. He's got 2 homers. He's driven in 2 in the year. Astros are 0-5. You can't blame Phil Garner for that. He strikes out there, though, so Naylor gets him.
1 out, bases empty.
We are still looking for Rick Mailer's first walk of the season. He's 12 in the third innings without a walk yet this year. Here's Tony Scott. And he lines up to Murphy, so 2 gone.
2 outs, bases empty.
And here's Jose Cruz. 1 for 2. And Cruz doubles to right field.
2 outs, man on second.
Jose Cruz raises his batting average to .333, and here comes Ashby now, who has singled and struck out. And he singles the left field. Will Cruz score? He does. It's now a 4-2 game as Ashby
2 outs, man
singles
on
him
first.
home. And Mailer is starting to get down to his last couple of hitters here. He might get a bonus here, a little boost. We'll see. Here comes Knight. Knight at 0 for 2. As I call him, a Red Sox fan, Ray goddamn Knight. I don't like Ray Knight. And he hits the single to right field. Let's see if Ashby. Well, it could be extra bases. Claudio Washington is not good defensively, folks. So a miracle right there that Claudio Washington somehow
2
holds
outs,
Knight
men on first
to a
and second.
single and holds Ashby at second base. So Mailer now is in this little bonus. How this works is he got 6 hitters unless he gets a guy on base. If he gets him a walk or a hit or an error is made, he'll go to B grade. So he is almost done. Now, ideally, we hope he can get out of this because he's up third this coming inning. We can pitch in for him. So here's our how, 0 for 2. Mailer trying to get out of this. And he walks him right here, so he should go on B grades here.
2 outs, bases loaded.
And he is. So 4-2, so decision time right now. It's 4-2. You got Dickie Thon up. Dickie Thon is a .276 hitter in the year in real life. I mean, do you bring in the bullpen right now is a little bit down. The other thing, too, the Braves don't have great pinch hitters right now. So the whole idea of that, too. So I may bring in, I don't know. You hate to pitch to Dickie Thon. He hits a ball in the gap and 3 runs score. And you're kicking yourself. And then you got to go to the bullpen after that anyway. I mean, the pitcher spot's up next, too. That's the other thing as well. I mean, if that were to happen, I mean, listen, so, tough decision. We've got to get 10 outs right now, right? We got to get 10 outs. I've got arrested Gene Garver in the pen. I can't bring him out quite yet. So, you know what? I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to see if Rick Mailer can get Dickie Thon. I want to see if he can get Dickie Thon. B grades. This could be bad decision. I'm going to roll the dice right here. If I had Bedrosian, I'd bring him in. If I had Hrabowski, I'd bring him in. If I had Joe Cowley, who's going to pitch in 2 days, I'd bring him in. I don't have those guys. I've got Camp. I've got Garber. I'm going to go with Mailer on B grade. All right, this could be a bad decision. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It could be a home run. Okay, 6 is a home run, 1 through 5 is a single. So more than likely this game's be tied, or it could be no. And it's gone. A grand effing slam. Is it? Once again. Now,
He now has 4 RBIs today.
listen, this is why I love the game. Okay, right there. I mean, it didn't go my way. This is why I love the game.
Bases empty.
Is the strategy involved right now? You've got the pitcher spot coming up here soon. Your bullpen is on fumes. You're trying to get them through, and you got them on B grades, and you're trying to get them on through, and it backfires. I mean, that's why I love this. This game is fun to play out. You know, it's not a game. You know, it's a fun game to play out. It really is. I mean, that's why I love it. Okay, I don't love the result right there, but I love the idea of the second guessing right now. You know, once again, if my bullpen, if I had more help, if I had more rested arms with the pen, I would have went to one of those guys right there. But I stuck with Mailer and backfired. So I'm gonna keep him in right now to face Ryan. Now the pitcher, and he gets him. So it's 6-4. That did not go well.
Four hits and none left on.
And so Ryan's got a
Bottom of
chance
the
to get the win. A 5-run, 6th inning. Here's Benedict, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. I probably should have pulled out Mailer.
One out, bases empty.
Hindsight is 2020. Here's Ramirez. And a leaping catch there. So let's go to the pinch hitters
Two
now.
outs, bases empty.
Once again, the Braves don't have great pinch hitters. I mean, not horrible. You got Linares, 298. Okay, with 2 homers. I mean, it's not anybody great. Royster, 295 with 2 homers. Ken Smith gets on base a lot. He's lefty. So I'll probably do this right here. So I'm going to pinch it. Usually my first guy comes off the bench for me. He gets on base. We get a little 2-out rally going here. Ground ball to Howe. And that ends easily. So the Astros
An easy inning to score.
with
1,
a
2, 3.
very good 6th inning here. 6-4. Top 7. So now we got to go to the pen here. And we're going to have to go to Rick Camp. Camp comes in on the season. Camp, it has 2 saves actually. And if you watch the game, the last game I had of the Braves, he came in extra innings and got the save. He got a second save the other day when Garber was down. That kind of kept me. He pitched well in this replay. He's gone 2 1/3, 2 saves, 0.86 whip, has not allowed a run yet. So he's done a good job in this whole thing. So, you know, you may be saying, well, why didn't you bring his ass in last inning? And that's a good question. But, you know, I tend to go by what their real stats were in terms of making decisions. And a lot of times, too, if a guy's been, like Rick Camp's been so far, just early in the year, as overperforming what he did in 82. I mean, it's 2 1/3 innings. And so a lot of times in the back of my head, I think, well, when is that going to come back to reality? And so, but anyway. So here's Campy facing Terry Poole. Of course, Camp famous for that home run he hit on July 4th, 85. Flies up center field, so 1 down. So
One
Camp,
out, bases
the Braves
empty.
will come back, has a chance to get a win here, I guess. Here's Garner, 2 for 3, 2 singles, no strikeout. Flies up the right field, so 2 away. So Camp once again
2 outs, bases empty.
getting it done. Here's Scott. And there's Camp. 1, 2, 3 for Camp. And
It's a 1, 2, 3
Braves
inning.
fans right now are screaming at their TVs.
Bottom
He strikes out there, so Ryan gets him. Ryan can smell that
1 out,
victory right
bases
now.
empty.
Hasn't pitched great, but he's got the lead. That's number 6 strikeouts for Ryan. Here's Hubbard. And he flies with the Scott. So 2 gone.
2 outs, bases empty.
Here's Claudell Washington. Now Ryan is on his bonus, so Ryan did not get a boost. So basically, right now, if he gives up a walk, a hit, an error is made, he'll be on B grade. So now he could get 7 guys out in a row and be fine. Here's Washington. And he flies out to left field. Now, I think he goes on B grades too when the inning ends as well. Let me check and see. You can tell on the card here. No, he's not. So he's still got 6 to go. Sometimes it goes to B grades when the inning changes. I guess it depends on the pitcher. So here's Campy on the mound. Jose Cruz got an RBI single and a double today. Top of the 8th. He pops up to Hubbard.
1 out, base is empty.
Ground ball to Horner. Horner makes a nice play.
2 outs, base is empty.
Here is Knight. Knight singled his last time up. He flies out to Washington there. So Camp continues to be really good out of the pen.
Bottom of the 8th.
So bottom of the 8th now. Horner up. Horner a 2-run shutout for Ryan. He's lined out and struck out. And a leaping catch by Dickie Thon right there. Dickie Thon, elite defensively at shortstop. 1 down. Here comes Murph. And Murph strikes out. So 2 gone. Ryan
2 outs,
reaching back right now. Trying to get all he can. 7 Ks for Ryan. Here's Chambliss. And he flies out. So Ryan continues. He might finish this game. He might finish this game. They might not need a bullpen. So top 9. Here's Art Howe. Camp still in the ballgame. On the mound. Ground ball to Chambliss. And Camp right now
1 out, base is empty.
has come to this ball game. Has gone 2 1/3. Is not going to have a hit. A walk. No, but he's been perfect. And here is Dickie Thon. Dickie Thon hit a grand slam, if you missed it, back in the 6th inning off Rick Mailer. Mailer was on the B grades. I thought I could get him through one more batter. Rick Camp was waiting in the wings, left him in the pen, and Rick Mailer gave a grand slam to Dickie Thon. And that's the story of the ball game right now. 1 gone. Ground ball to Chambliss.
2 outs, base is empty.
Well, let's see if the Astros, if they pinch hit for Ryan or they keep him in. Let's take a look. Ryan struck out 3 times. They're going to pinch hit, so they're going to pull Ryan. Ryan still has some bullets left, but the manager, Bill Verdon, is going to go to the pen. That could be an interesting decision here. And they bring up Joe Pittman. Joe Pittman is batting 1,000 on the season. He's got 1 at bat. He's got 1 hit on the year. Hit .250 with no homer, 7 RBI. So Pittman comes in to face Camp. And Camp, that BR basically means that this is probably as much his last batter before he's on B grades. And he ground balls to Chambliss. So Rick Camp did his job. Did his job.
2-3.
And now 6-4. That's who the Astros bring in here. They're going to bring in Mike Lacoste. And look at those numbers. Mike Lacoste has pitched an inning and a third this year with a 27 ERA, 0-1, a whip of 3. He walked the guy. He struck out a guy. Has not given a hit. So he must have came in. I mean, I guess he walked the guy. I mean, what the hell? He came in and walked the guy. I guess he hit a run. I mean, I guess you walk a guy, sacrifice fly. I mean, I guess you play small ball and get to run that way, I guess. So, in real life, Lacoste, look at his numbers real quick. 2.90 ERA in real life with a 1.4 whip. That's not horrible. He was 6-6 with no saves. He's trying to get a save here, though. I'm guessing the Astros bullpen must be on fumes, and they probably are. We've kind of knocked him around a little bit this year. Here's Benedict. Benedict Ramirez, and then the pitcher spot duo. 6-4. Benedict 2 for 3. And a foul out to Ray Nice. So one down. Braves down to the last 2 outs now. Here's Ramirez. Ground ball to ninth. It could be an infield single here. Ramirez beats it up. So Ramirez is on, and a tying run will now come to the plate. Now, Rick Camp on the year hit 024 no home runs, which makes that home run 85 even more improbable. We're going to pinch hit for it. We want a guy who can hit home runs, and that will be Larry Wisington. Wisington hit a pinch hit homer the other night in the game. So he's hit 500 for the season with a home run, an RBI, and a solo shot the other night. So we're going to try to see if he can duplicate that and tie this ball game up. One away. Lacoste from the stretch. Ground ball to Garner. Could be 2 to end the ball game, and it is. That is your ball game. So the 6th inning tells the tale. I kept Rick Mailer in on B grade, trying to get him through one more batter, and Dickie Thon made him pay. Nolan Ryan gets the win, his first one of the year. Mailer his first loss of the year. Lacoste his first save of the year. The Astros their first win of the year. Dickie Thon his first home run of the year, and it was a grand slam. The Braves go to 3-2. Let's go around the round of the baseball. Played this game earlier today, Boston and Baltimore. I lost to Baltimore 2-1. Jose Morales hit 1 home run all season, 82. He pinch hit a 2-run shot off of Tudor in the 8th inning, and it made the headlines. Actually, the Dickie Thomas headlines now, play of the day. That was the play of the day for that. But that game, what inning was that exactly? I forgot now. In the 7th inning off of Tudor. That kind of sucked. So the Red Sox go to 1-2 in the season. They have a home opener tomorrow, and I'll play that game on the channel against the White Sox. So I'll get that in a second. Let's go to Detroit, Kansas City. The Royals with a win. They go to 3-1 and Violet Blue with a win. 1-0. Angels up to a 4-1 split start at the new Metrodome, brand new Metrodome. And the Angels go to 5-1 despite 2 home runs from Johnson. White Sox in Yankee Stadium. It's their first game of the year. It's the Yankees' first game of the year. Like, what you say, why the hell is that? There must be like some crazy ass rainouts on the East Coast because the Red Sox the season began, if you were with me earlier, the season began on April 5th. Okay. April 6th came, the Red Sox didn't play a game. April 7th came, the Red Sox didn't play a game. April 8th came, the Red Sox didn't play a game. The Red Sox, April 9th, didn't play a game. The Red Sox began their season with a doubleheader in Baltimore the 10th. Okay. And so the Yankees and White Sox have not played a game yet till Sunday, April 11th, because of the, I guess, rainouts. They got a doubleheader today, and the White Sox go to Boston tomorrow to open up Fenway Park, and we'll have that game on my channel when I play it. So doubleheader here, White Sox and Yankees. That's a good sign for me. Hopefully the White Sox bullpen is in shambles when I play them tomorrow. Let's take a look here first. Kuzman on the hill for the White Sox. I don't remember Kuzman on the White Sox. And the Yankees have battered him 14-1. Good God. Ron Guidry with the win, but 14-1. Who did the damage on this one? Jerry Mumford with 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Nettles with 3 RBIs. Bucky Dent, that's bastard. All right. Game 2. Let's see the White Sox, how many pitchers they use in this game? I hope their bullpen is in tattered shambles. That's what I'm hoping for. Awesome. They use 4 pitchers, 3 out of the bullpen. Thank you very much. Tommy John versus Brett Burns. Of course, the White Sox in '83 would win the AL West. This is the year before, so it's a good little team. They may be able to pull off an AL West title in '82 on the replay. They're definitely within range to win the AL West. And they get to win 4-2 here. Dennis Lamp. I had Dennis Lamp in the Red Sox in my '91 replay. Uh, so it's pretty cool to see him 82, 9 years earlier. They get the win there. Let me take a look at the bullpen. I want to see what the Hughes in the bullpen. Let's see. They used Brett Lance. So they saved the bullpen a little bit in that game. All right. Seattle and Oakland. Mariners will win 6-1. Doubleheader here. Mariners will sweep doubleheader. Milwaukee at Toronto. Of course, Milwaukee wins the AL East 82 in real life. And they lose that game to the Blue Jays despite Cecil Cooper going deep. We saw that game today. Tough one. Mets at the Cubbies. Pete Falcone on the hill gets the loss to Larson. Dave Kingman, King Kong goes deep. The Giants are 3-1 at the Reds. Charlie Leibrandt, I forgot Leibrandt pitched for the Reds in '82. I always think of him as a Royal and a Brave. I forgot Charlie Leibrandt pitched for the Reds. And he gets the win. A shutout win, 4-0. Tom Hume can get the save. And the Reds go to 3-2. Montreal, Philadelphia, the Phillies are undefeated. Mike Krukow on the hill. And the Phillies lose their first game of the year, 14-3. Reardon got the save in that one. You want to know why he got the save? Like, how can you get a save in a 14-3 game? I'm guessing he came in during the 7th inning. Let's take a look here. Oh, he went 3 innings. That's why. That's the old save rule. I'm not sure they have it back in the '80s. If you went 3 innings, you get a save, finish the game. We came in the 7th inning. That's what makes sense. Okay, go back. We came in the 7th inning when it was a save situation. So that's why. Kind of an odd box score. 14-3. Pittsburgh at the Cardinals. Cardinals, who win the NL East, have yet to lose. And of course, the Cardinals are world champions at '82. Yet to lose, and they finally do lose. Well, now, all games played. There we go. So there's the standings right now. The AL East, how many games being played there? Angels off to a good start, 5-1. Todd Cruz, the Mariners, 2 home runs. Gary Ward with 2 home runs. In the NL, Horner with 3 home runs, leading the National League. Phil Garner with 2, who we just saw. In the West, the Dodgers are the Braves' biggest competition. Off to an 0-4 start. And the Padres, 3-1, are in first place now in the West. Braves there, Cardinals and Phillies, and they're get a little battle. So April 12th is tomorrow, on Monday. Let's see what's on tap. The Braves are on the Braves play. They go to Cincinnati. I'm going to have this game on my channel. Mike Torres with Richard Dodson. It's Fenway's home opener. I'll have it up on the channel at some point the next few days. I might even do that live. I'm not sure. Braves at the Reds. Well, that one there. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.